Every day, millions of seniors across America enjoy their vegetables, believing they're making the healthiest choice possible. But what if one of the vegetables you've been eating for years could actually raise your stroke risk overnight? Yes, you heard that right. Doctors are now warning that one commonly eaten vegetable, often labeled as heart healthy, may secretly increase the chance of blood clots, high blood pressure, and even stroke, especially in older adults. In this video, we'll uncover what that vegetable is, why it's dangerous when eaten the wrong way, and what you can do to protect your brain and heart starting today. So if you or your loved ones are over 50, stay tuned, because this simple food mistake might be putting your health at risk without you even realizing it. Number 1. Understanding stroke risk in seniors. A stroke is one of the most serious medical emergencies that can happen to an older adult. It occurs when the blood flow to part of the brain is suddenly blocked or when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. Without oxygen and nutrients, brain cells start to die within minutes, leading to lasting damage or even death if not treated right away. For seniors, the risk of having a stroke increases sharply with age. This is because, over the years, our arteries gradually lose flexibility and become narrower due to cholesterol buildup and wear and tear. When that happens, it becomes easier for clots to form and harder for blood to move freely. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, and heart disease are some of the biggest contributors to stroke. Unfortunately, these conditions are also more common among people over 50, which is why stroke prevention becomes a major health goal as we grow older. Another important factor is blood viscosity, in simple terms, how thick or thin your blood is. When blood gets too thick, it moves slower and increases the chance of clots forming. These clots can then travel to the brain and block vital arteries, triggering a stroke. Lifestyle habits also play a major role. Smoking, eating processed foods, being physically inactive, or not drinking enough water all make blood flow sluggish and increase the risk of clot formation. On the other hand, staying hydrated, exercising, and eating the right foods can keep blood vessels healthy and clear. What makes stroke particularly dangerous is that it often strikes without warning. A person might feel fine one moment and then suddenly experience weakness on one side of the body, difficulty speaking, or confusion the next. These are emergency signs that need immediate attention. That's why doctors always remind seniors to pay close attention to their daily habits and diet. Even small changes, like what you eat or drink, can have a major impact on how your blood circulates and how your heart functions. And here's where the surprising truth comes in. While most vegetables are known to protect the heart, certain types can actually interfere with blood flow and increase stroke risk if not consumed wisely. Understanding that connection is key to protecting your brain and your overall health. Number 2. The surprising culprit: spinach and other high oxalate greens. When we think of healthy eating, spinach and leafy greens usually top the list. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber, and have been praised by doctors and dietitians for decades. But what many seniors don't realize is that these same vegetables, when eaten the wrong way or in excess, can quietly raise the risk of stroke. The main reason lies in a nutrient called vitamin K1, which is found in very high amounts in spinach, kale, collard greens, and other dark leafy vegetables. Vitamin K helps your blood clot normally, which is good if you get a small cut or injury. But when you consume too much of it, your blood can become too thick, making it easier for dangerous clots to form. For younger people, the body can usually handle this fluctuation. But in seniors, especially those who take blood-thinning medications like warfarin, Coumadin, or aspirin, even small diet changes can cause big problems. If you eat a large portion of spinach or drink a green smoothie loaded with kale, it can suddenly reduce how well your blood-thinning medicine works. That means your blood may not stay thin enough, leading to clot buildup and potentially causing a stroke overnight. Many seniors try to eat more greens after watching health shows or reading about superfoods. But without realizing it, they sometimes eat too much of a good thing. Doctors have reported that patients who suddenly increase their intake of leafy greens experience blood pressure spikes, clot formation, or even mini-strokes, simply because their medications stopped working properly. And it's not just spinach. Other vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and beet greens are also rich in vitamin K and oxalates, compounds that can thicken the blood and increase the risk of clotting when consumed in large amounts. Oxalates, found in spinach and beet leaves, can also combine with calcium in the body and create tiny crystals. Over time, these crystals can lead to kidney stones and affect blood flow, putting additional pressure on the cardiovascular system. So while spinach and kale are not bad vegetables, they become risky when you eat them in big portions every day, especially if you're on medication for your heart or blood circulation. Balance is what matters most. The real danger isn't the vegetable itself, but the sudden change in how much you eat. When your body and your medication are used to a certain level of vitamin K, a big spike, like from a large spinach salad or smoothie, can tip that balance overnight. That's why doctors are so concerned. People believe they're eating healthier, but in some cases, they may actually be putting themselves in harm's way. Knowing how much is too much can literally make the difference between protection and risk. Number 3. Why it's especially risky for seniors. As we grow older, our bodies don't process food, medicine, or nutrients as efficiently as they once did. The liver, which plays a key role in managing both vitamin levels and medication balance, begins to slow down with age. This means that any sudden change in diet can have a stronger and longer-lasting effect on seniors compared to younger adults. When a senior suddenly increases their intake of spinach, kale, or other leafy greens, the body doesn't immediately adjust. The liver takes more time to handle the extra vitamin K, and as a result, the blood may start to thicken more than usual. For someone already taking a blood thinner, this can make the medicine less effective, leading to a higher chance of clot formation. The situation becomes even more complicated because most seniors take more than one prescription medication. Some of these medicines interact with vitamin K, others with iron or calcium, and the combination can create unpredictable changes in how the blood behaves. This is why doctors often insist on keeping diet and medication routines as steady as possible. In younger people, a small imbalance might go unnoticed, but in older adults, it can be dangerous. The body's natural systems that regulate blood flow and pressure become more sensitive with age. A small fluctuation in vitamin intake could lead to a big impact, sometimes overnight. Another reason this becomes risky is dehydration. Many seniors don't drink enough water, and when your body is slightly dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker naturally. Combine that with high vitamin K foods, and the risk of clotting increases even more. Doctors are often surprised to see that patients who appear to be eating perfectly healthy still end up facing stroke-like symptoms. But in reality, it's not about eating healthy or unhealthy foods, it's about understanding how your body changes with age and how your diet interacts with those changes. So the real message here is simple: as we age, the line between helpful and harmful can become thinner. That's why moderation and consistency are the best approach for seniors, especially when it comes to foods that directly affect blood and circulation. Number 4. How vitamin K affects blood flow. To understand why doctors are concerned about certain vegetables, we first need to look at how vitamin K works inside the body. Vitamin K's main job is to help the blood clot when there's a cut or injury. Without it, even a small wound could bleed for a long time. In the right amount, it's absolutely necessary for good health. The problem begins when the body receives too much vitamin K, especially from leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens. Extra vitamin K tells the body to produce more clotting proteins. This makes the blood thicker and less free-flowing, which increases the risk of a clot forming inside a blood vessel. If a blood clot forms and travels through the bloodstream, it can get stuck in an artery that leads to the brain. When that happens, oxygen can't reach part of the brain, and that's when a stroke occurs. For seniors, whose arteries are already narrower and more fragile, the risk becomes even higher. This process is made worse when certain medications are involved. Many seniors take drugs like warfarin to prevent blood clots, and these medications work by blocking vitamin K's action. But if you suddenly eat a meal loaded with high vitamin K vegetables, you're essentially canceling out the medicine's effect. That means your blood can go from being safely thin to dangerously thick within a very short period of time, sometimes within hours. Doctors call this a clotting rebound, and it's one of the main reasons they warn patients about sudden changes in diet. Another issue is that vitamin K is fat-soluble, which means it stays in your body longer than water-soluble vitamins. So even if you stop eating greens the next day, the excess vitamin K can continue affecting your blood for several days afterward. To put it simply, vitamin K acts like a volume knob for your blood thickness. When you turn it up too high, your blood slows down, and clots form more easily. When you turn it too low, you risk bleeding. The goal is balance, and that's something that becomes more delicate with age and medication use. So while spinach, kale, and broccoli are often praised as superfoods for seniors on medication or with heart conditions, they must be eaten carefully and consistently. Too much or too little vitamin K can throw off the body's balance and quietly raise the risk of stroke. Number 5. Real-life example. To truly understand how this happens in real life, let's look at the story of Barbara, a 72-year-old retired nurse from Texas. Barbara had always been health conscious. After being prescribed a blood thinner for a mild heart condition, she decided to eat more vegetables to strengthen her heart and stay fit. Every morning, she made a big green smoothie filled with spinach, kale, and parsley. She believed she was doing something great for her health. For 2 weeks, she drank her green smoothie faithfully, proud of her new healthy habit. Then, one evening, Barbara started feeling strange. She felt dizzy and lightheaded, her speech became slurred, and she had difficulties seeing clearly. Her family rushed her to the hospital, where doctors discovered she had experienced a mild stroke. After reviewing her medications and diet, doctors found the real cause. The high levels of vitamin K in her smoothies had interfered with her blood thinner, making the medication far less effective. Her blood had thickened, allowing a clot to form and travel to her brain. Barbara's story is not unique. Many seniors make similar diet changes with good intentions, thinking they're improving their health. They add more greens, drink juices, and eat salads, not realizing that these sudden increases in vitamin K can create dangerous imbalances in the body. Luckily, Barbara recovered fully. Her doctors helped her adjust her diet so she could still enjoy greens but in a safe and consistent way. She now eats smaller portions of spinach a few times a week instead of daily, and she checks with her doctor whenever she plans to make a big diet change. Her experience is a powerful reminder that even healthy foods can have side effects if not balanced properly. It's not about avoiding vegetables altogether, but about eating them in the right way for your age, your body, and your medical condition. Barbara often tells her friends, "I thought I was doing everything right, but I learned that sometimes, even healthy habits need guidance." Her story serves as a wake-up call for seniors everywhere, that balance and awareness are the true keys to good health. Number 6. Other vegetables to watch out for. Spinach may be the most talked about vegetable when it comes to stroke risk and medication interference, but it's not the only one. Several other vegetables also contain high amounts of vitamin K and oxalates, which can create similar problems when eaten in large quantities or too suddenly. Broccoli is one example. It's known for being rich in fiber and antioxidants, but it's also high in vitamin K. If you suddenly start eating large servings of broccoli, it can thicken your blood in the same way spinach does. For someone taking blood thinners, that extra vitamin K can change how the medication works almost immediately. Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and mustard greens also fall into this category. They are incredibly nutritious but can quickly raise vitamin K levels in the body. The issue isn't that these vegetables are unhealthy. The danger comes from inconsistency. 1 week of eating none and the next week eating large amounts can confuse your body's balance. Beets and Swiss chard are other foods to watch closely. They are high in oxalates, natural compounds that can bind with calcium and form crystals in the body. Over time, these crystals may lead to kidney stones and even affect circulation, putting more strain on the heart and arteries. Rhubarb, though less commonly eaten, is another high oxalate vegetable. Too much of it can increase calcium buildup in the blood and, in rare cases, contribute to clot formation. Seniors with kidney or heart issues should be especially cautious about eating it regularly. Doctors and dietitians stress that these vegetables are not bad for you. They can absolutely be part of a healthy diet when consumed in moderation and with consistency. The key is not to eliminate them completely, but to avoid sudden spikes in consumption. If you enjoy leafy greens or cruciferous vegetables, it's best to eat similar portions each week. For example, if you normally eat 1 serving of spinach twice a week, try to stick with that amount rather than doubling or tripling it all at once. Another smart move is to mix different vegetables in your meals. Instead of relying only on spinach or kale, combine smaller portions of various greens with other vegetables like carrots, bell peppers, or zucchini. This variety helps you get balanced nutrition without overloading on vitamin K. Consistency is the golden rule. Your doctor can adjust your medication dosage if your diet is steady, but when you make sudden, drastic changes, that's when the risk rises sharply. By keeping your intake stable, you can enjoy these healthy foods safely without increasing your stroke risk. Number 7. Warning signs you shouldn't ignore. One of the most dangerous things about strokes is that they can happen suddenly, often with little to no warning. However, the body does send out signals that something is wrong, and recognizing these signs early can save your life. If you've been eating more leafy greens or have recently changed your diet, pay close attention to how your body feels. Dizziness, sudden weakness, or blurred vision could all be early signs that your blood flow is being disrupted. These symptoms might last only a few minutes, but they should never be ignored. Another red flag is numbness or tingling on one side of the body, especially in your face, arm, or leg. If you notice you're having trouble lifting one arm or smiling evenly, it could mean a blood clot is affecting part of your brain. Speech changes are another serious warning. Slurred or slow speech, or struggling to find the right words, can happen when the brain isn't getting enough oxygen. Even if it clears up quickly, it might have been a transient ischemic attack, TIA, which doctors call a mini stroke. Some people experience sudden headaches that feel different from normal. It may come on fast and feel more severe or concentrated on one side. That could be a sign of a blood vessel bursting or becoming blocked. Vision problems, such as sudden blurriness, double vision, or partial loss of sight, are also signals that something may be wrong with your circulation. This often happens when a clot blocks blood flow to the part of the brain that controls the eyes. Apart from stroke symptoms, there are other warning signs that your blood or medication balance may be off. Easy bruising, frequent nosebleeds, or bleeding gums can mean your blood has become too thin. On the other hand, feeling heavy or sluggish, especially in your legs, can be a sign that your blood is too thick. If you experience any of these symptoms, don't wait to see if they go away on their own. Call emergency services right away or go to the nearest hospital. Every minute matters when it comes to restoring blood flow and preventing brain damage. And most importantly, if you're taking blood thinners or have a heart condition, let your doctor know about any major diet changes, even if they seem healthy. A quick adjustment to your medication or food intake could prevent a serious event later. Your body often whispers before it shouts. Paying attention to small changes in how you feel can make a huge difference in preventing a life-threatening stroke. Listening early could be the one thing that protects your life and independence. Number 8. Safe ways to enjoy greens. After hearing all this, you might feel nervous about eating your favorite vegetables again. But the goal isn't to stop eating greens, it's to eat them in a smarter, safer, and more balanced way. Vegetables like spinach, kale, and broccoli are still packed with nutrients your body needs. You just have to manage the portions and the timing. The first rule is consistency. Try to eat a similar amount of leafy greens each week instead of having big fluctuations. For example, if you eat spinach twice a week, keep that pattern steady. Avoid going from eating no greens for days to eating large servings suddenly. This stability helps your doctor or dietitian keep your blood thinner dosage balanced. The second tip is to cook your greens instead of eating them raw all the time. Lightly steaming, boiling, or sautéing spinach and kale can slightly lower their vitamin K content, making them safer for people on blood-thinning medications. Cooking also helps reduce oxalate levels, which protects your kidneys and improves nutrient absorption. The third tip is portion control. One serving of cooked greens a few times a week is plenty for most seniors. You don't need a giant bowl or smoothie every day to get benefits. Smaller, consistent portions are much safer and still give your body the fiber, iron, and antioxidants it needs. Another smart practice is to keep a simple food journal. Write down what you eat and how often you eat high vitamin K vegetables. This can help your doctor understand your diet pattern and adjust your medication if necessary. Hydration is also essential. Drinking enough water every day keeps your blood thin and helps prevent clot formation. If your diet is high in protein or greens, staying hydrated becomes even more important to keep your blood flow smooth. You can also mix your greens with other colorful vegetables like bell peppers, zucchini, and carrots. This way, you get a variety of nutrients while keeping vitamin K levels moderate. Variety is one of the easiest ways to balance your diet naturally. And remember, you don't have to eat these vegetables daily to be healthy. What truly matters is eating them in a way that supports your body, your age, and your medical condition. By being mindful and consistent, you can enjoy the benefits of greens without risking your heart or brain health. Finally, always communicate with your healthcare provider before making any major diet changes. Your doctor might recommend routine blood tests to check your clotting levels and ensure everything stays in balance. This teamwork between your diet and your doctor keeps you safe while still allowing you to eat the foods you love. Number 9. Foods that help reduce stroke risk. If you're worried about stroke risk but still want to eat healthy, there are plenty of safe and delicious foods that can help protect your heart and brain without interfering with your medication. These foods work naturally to keep your blood thin, your arteries clear, and your blood pressure under control. One of the best choices is berries. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are packed with antioxidants that improve blood vessel health and reduce inflammation. Eating a small bowl of mixed berries each day can help improve circulation and protect your brain cells from oxidative stress. Garlic is another powerful food for seniors. It contains a compound called allicin, which naturally helps thin the blood and prevent clots from forming. It also supports healthy cholesterol levels and keeps your arteries flexible. Adding 1 or 2 cloves of fresh garlic to your meals can make a big difference over time. Oats and flax seeds are also excellent choices. They're full of fiber and omega-3 fatty acids that help lower bad cholesterol and reduce plaque buildup in arteries. A bowl of oatmeal with a spoonful of ground flaxseed in the morning can set the tone for a heart-healthy day. Fish like salmon, sardines, and trout are rich in omega-3s as well. These healthy fats reduce inflammation and help maintain smooth blood flow. Eating fish a couple of times a week supports brain health and lowers the risk of clot-related strokes. Nuts such as walnuts and almonds are heart-friendly too. A handful of unsalted nuts each day provides magnesium and healthy fats that keep blood pressure steady and prevent the arteries from hardening. Turmeric deserves special mention because of its powerful anti-inflammatory effects. It contains curcumin, a natural compound that supports the heart, reduces clot formation, and protects the brain from aging-related damage. Adding a small pinch of turmeric to soups, tea, or warm milk can be a simple and effective daily habit. Green tea is another great option. It improves blood circulation and supports cardiovascular health. Drinking 1 or 2 cups daily helps flush toxins and gives your body antioxidants that strengthen your blood vessels. Leafy greens can still be part of your diet too, just in moderation. Stick to consistent portions and balance them with other foods that promote healthy blood flow. Combining greens with foods like garlic, berries, or turmeric helps keep your overall diet protective rather than risky. By adding these natural foods into your daily meals, you're giving your body what it needs to stay strong and prevent strokes. Each food may seem small on its own, but together they build a powerful defense system that keeps your blood healthy and your brain active well into your senior years. Number 10. The bottom line. At the end of the day, the goal is not to fear vegetables but to understand them. Foods like spinach, kale, and broccoli are rich in nutrients, but when eaten carelessly or in large amounts, they can create hidden risks, especially for older adults who are managing heart or blood conditions. The truth is simple: even the healthiest foods can become harmful when balance is lost. Seniors need to pay close attention not only to what they eat but also to how much and how often. A stable diet is far safer than one that changes drastically from week to week. For those taking medications such as blood thinners, sudden increases or decreases in high vitamin K vegetables can disturb the body's natural rhythm. It's not the vegetables themselves that are dangerous, it's the imbalance they create when introduced without guidance. Good health doesn't come from extreme habits, it comes from steady, mindful choices. A moderate serving of greens, plenty of water, and a diet rich in fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats can do more for your heart and brain than any drastic diet plan. If you ever feel unsure about what to eat, the best step is to talk with your doctor or a dietitian. They can help you plan a meal pattern that works with your medication and your personal health goals. A simple conversation could prevent a serious problem later on. Remember that your body changes with age, and so should your diet. What helped you at May 30th not be right for you at 70. Learning how foods interact with your body and your medicine is the key to staying safe and healthy. So, the next time you prepare a salad, smoothie, or cooked meal, think about balance. You don't need to cut out your favorite vegetables, just enjoy them in the right way and in the right amount. A single scoop of spinach or a handful of kale won't harm you. The danger comes when you overdo it without realizing the impact. Eat thoughtfully, stay consistent, and let your food be a source of health, not hidden risk. By making small, smart adjustments, you can protect your heart, your brain, and your future. After all, true wellness isn't about perfection, it's about awareness and balance. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who loves their greens. Subscribe to The Healthy Bite for more easy, science-backed videos that help you stay strong, active, and healthy, naturally. Because when it comes to senior health, the smallest change can make the biggest difference.